behind-the-scenes, it looks like. Gabriel, Kim Jong-un and Tiaguinho out altogether. Gallego, Rodrigo Bassani and Baek Dong-gyu all dropped to the bench. In comes Jung Ho-jin at the back, the return of Kazuki Takahashi in midfield, Yeo Bong-hoon on the right. And all across the attack, Kim In-jun, Gustavo Nescau and Kim Sung-bin. Problem for that man, Lee Young-min. Including 3-0 at home at the stadium when Bucheon visited in April. 3-1 victory away in July. Klimala on the score sheet twice. We wait until tomorrow to see Ulsan in action. That'll be at Daejeon. Jeonbuk are playing tonight at Kimcheon. Kim Jin-soo suspended alongside of Cho Young-woo. Cho Young-woo and Kim Jin-soo appreciating the crowd response. Cross, chip forward. Volley chip, if you like. It's a Bucheon free kick, and Yazan is a picture of innocence. It's probably one of those that just stings, although Yazan gets a yellow card. Former manager Choi Yong-soo is watching over closely. Such a useful squad member for Seoul to have. Someone who can play right and left back pretty equally. Munso Menzlo cross in the right sort of area, but just short of Klimala. He looks at the referee. And protests his innocence. Now, he has left a leg trailing at the studs. We saw an incident where it was allowed to put him in. That's a decent block there from again. Is this going to count? The whistle blows, the flag's up. The cross comes in. It's when that header's flicked on by Song Ye-gon. That's the hammer blow for any chance of this goal counting. Patrick well offside. Seoul have had their warning with that quickly disallowed goal. Now Bucheon might have theirs. Anderson to Klimala, and it's just wide from his sumo. Cannot give Seoul that sort of a gift. So close to goal, especially. It's a rare mistake from the young midfielder, Song Ye-gon. Well, that's a messy clearance. Babbage striking into Yazan. Kim In-jun with the ball across. Gustavo was tracking it quite in line. Johnson won. Inside to Babbage, slides up the cross. Patrick with the header, not far away. Park Soo-il likes a shot from the edge of the box. Rain in the capital area in the last 24 hours, but not that much. Of course, they do water the pitches quite frequently. A trailing arm. Kim Ki-dong insisting elbow. presume it's just Babic's elbow inadvertently catching him in a very awkward place and maybe winded him. Anderson brings it down, back to Moon Sun-min. Had Babic on the edge of the box, didn't use him. Isingmo's headers, just wide, big chance for Seoul. Big chance goes begging. That time Bucheon didn't block it. Seoul couldn't finish. Takes us into half-time, 0-0. Well, I spoke at the beginning about what version of Seoul we were going to get. Certainly not the Seoul that were 5-0 up at Anyang at the weekend, but got the second half to go, and surely. They also have Song Min-gyu on the field from the weekend's 3-0 win over Pohang. Pohang who are winning 1-0 at Jeju right now. Cross, and it's saved off the line. Biggest chance of the game, barring the disallowed goal for Bucheon in the first half, which was a massive moment for Seoul. And a header from Isingmo just wide in the first half, but this one, great position for Song Min-gyu, great position for the keeper to stop it. Defensive header out. Jeju has a go from range. It's deflected, and then Klimala! And that is the breakthrough. For the third time this season, Klimala scores against Bucheon 1995. Home, away, and back home again. And just to remind you, Seoul have an average of 3 goals per game against Bucheon this season. They won 3-0 at home, 3-1 away. Is that the beginning of a 3-goal rout tonight? Are potential game changers. If they can find an equaliser, the game suddenly starts to shift in their favour as Patrick with a header goes over. That's already a sign of progress, a set piece with an attacking threat to it. It's beyond the reach of Counts by Bassani to Gustavo, whose footwork just took it away. Too heavy touch. And what an opening it was for just a moment there. That first touch and then the second. Can't bring it forward. A little bit of a confrontation with Yazan, who's already on a yellow, just to remind you. Concerning for Seoul is this injury to Moon Sun-min. Counts again. Back and headed wide for a corner. Klimala linking up well. Almost adding an assist to his goal. KLeague. Seoul's with the handball in the build-up. Took a touch off a hand on the way, and we're going to have a pitch-side review. Or at least, if you are going to, just have consistency about it. That
핸드볼 위반이 아니므로 코너킥으로 제기하겠습니다.
So after all that, they've decided it will be a corner, and I do think justice is done. This is a decent run from him. Gets the better of Park Soo-il. Still Bassani. He's gone down to the box, and he's going to be booked for simulation. There is some contact there with Yazan. Big header outlet for Bucheon today, but Song Min-gyu again in a good position, can shoot, blocked. How many times have we said that for Bucheon? This one Go-yoon struggled to keep it going, and Seoul feel there was a handball. Battle for this game to keep the score down. Like straight into the body of Ante rather than the hand. It's coming off Patrick Clement, who's done his job of scoring for the third game running against Bucheon 1995. Choju threatening around the outside, but again it's Patrick. Receives the applause of the side netting, one of those where half the ground thinks it's in. Well, it's finished with a 2-1 win to Bucheon at Jeju. Good result for them, getting back on. That's not including the cut. Bassani leaves it for Yoon Pik-garao, who forces a save with seconds remaining. Jump up there in stoppage time. Pick out Patrick or any other teammate now. Almost. That was a moment. They've been few and far between for Bucheon today, but they could have stolen a point and the death here, and maybe yet will threaten. Seoul get it away. The whistle blows, but not the full-time whistle. There it is. Bucheon raising hope right at the death, but ultimately not doing enough, making 6 changes coming into this one. If they win against Anyang at the weekend, perhaps it'll vindicate things for Seoul. The title train steams on, and they extend their lead at the top of the table. It's down to Ulsan to respond tomorrow.